Okay, go for it, Eton.
Pukes and shit.
Alright. So yeah, the recap. As far as I have given as someone who wasn't here last week, gotta try to piece it together. We're sailing on a
Puke too
boat,
slow.
a
Sorry.
sailboat through the jungle, or at least Dante is. And then we remembered the next prophecy to go find the next dice. And then I'm gonna guess McCrank or McCrank's father turned on an alarm that he turned into a sky lantern for a festival, and was ready to let that go as a
Wee woo.
as like an alarm that would just take off into the sky. And then I threw up. I think
Sure as hell
just
what it
because
looks
of
like,
the
man.
blue hair. So maybe that was what the alarm is. Then we see the leader of China with a mohawk. And then we've run into
We're just gonna brush by that one.
And also, I like how you referred to Winnie the Pooh as the leader of China.
do you not know those references?
No, I think you. Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember the guy's
That makes
name
it
right
way
now.
better that you don't even know his.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, the guy that is currently in charge of China is not a fan of being compared to Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
They made it
And
illegal, I think.
yeah, it's a full-on don't do it or you lose your
That's
social
crazy.
credit with China, but whatever.
That's
Um,
funny.
then we've ran into the old like clip art PowerPoint style of art of a seagull coming to see what's up with a dude on a boat. The next picture, King Seagull has gotten massive, ginormous, and has brought his flock to attack, maybe. And I assume that's probably our boat. Looks a little piratey. Looks like we may have hit the shoreline with Candelabra and Judica, and then maybe Tony, and then like the One Piece kid, and then two more soldiers.
Nice.
I'm not
I
even sure.
assume
Which picture are you describing?
the one
The
with
one above the one with the bird. The bird just gets more and more luscious hair. So it's
Are we on the
the one with the
ramen-haired
people
bird?
on the dock.
no, the
The
one
one above
above
that.
Ramen
Okay,
Hair
that's
Bird.
what I thought maybe. Okay, gotcha.
And then Ramen Hair Bird slash best attempt at Justin Timberlake Bird, kind of emo punk bird, still flying around the boat again. And maybe Tony's in like the crow's nest or something, slash just being the flag. Otherwise, I don't really see anybody there. Then we, then, then we have a pirate ship full of people, like so many people, with a very prominent candelabra on the front. And the bird is maybe helping at this point. I'm not really sure, but he's got
Do
the
you think
Johnny
it's helping
Bravo
because he's got
pompadour.
the same haircut? Yeah. He
A
joined
little bit
forces.
because of the haircut, but a little bit
Yeah.
because he's like flying with the direction of the ship.
That makes sense.
Um, and then I assume this is a continuation of the candelabra and the crazy afro. But we have decided to tie an anchor to the rigging, and all the sails are backwards, so things might not be going great for our pirate ship.
I didn't even notice that the first time.
But otherwise, Bird seems intent on figuring out what we're doing with the boat. Then Tony tried to fish the bird, which I assume didn't work, but whatever. Then probably Can again came through with the bow and arrow. I'd assume that's Can. And, and that's got to be McCrank in the wrench. But I really love how so many in a row are like massive ship of the line, pirate ship, age of sailboats. And then we get to McCrank and just like a dinghy that's just ready to attack a regular sized seagull.
I was trying to type in the prompt to make the seagull huge. I think I had like 1,000-foot seagull, and then it would pop this shit out.
I mean, that seagull is huge compared, but like, yeah,
Yes,
just
but
I
I
compared to
like
the
just
other ones,
I just love how that's and also maybe potentially the boat is the wrong way, but that's up to the AI to decide.
I like how half of McCrank's pictures are just look like an actual dude at the Ozarks or something. Just some random backwoods.
A little bit. Um,
Love the spatula wrench he's got.
uh-huh.
yeah, it's a little flatter this time.
It's like a
Well,
grilling equipment.
yeah, it still counts, right? Uh, and then we have Candelabra, more than likely again. This time he's found a trident and he's roped it to the ship, it looks like, maybe. And potentially me just because blue on the head. Otherwise, I don't really know who's playing Where's Waldo in the little itsy bitsy boat. Um,
Oh, that one.
but
Yeah.
again, fighting the seagull, I assume. And then McCrank has caught the bird in a noose
Such an awesome picture.
uh, and
Great.
and just put all his weight against it to really choke the bird out. Meanwhile, random sailors do or don't have wrenches in the background,
Yeah,
and there might be a squid or a kraken running over there in the background. Not really sure. Uh, Candelabra and his crazy hair have developed pistol and pistol harpoon. It just use every single old timey ship weapon you can think
you
of.
forgot to mention that he's like 3 stories tall.
He is very tall, and the people in the back are very small. Or maybe they're regular size, but yeah, he has grown to the size of the bird.
It's like Gulliver's Travels.
I also really enjoy that in each of these uh, candelabra pictures, we're in like a whole fleet. We are, there's lots of other friends. There may also be a boat being attacked by a shark or a squid in this one. Um, I assume that's not all that important to us. Then we have Candelabra, who's become not Elmer Fudd. What's the Yosemite Sam?
Yeah,
Just with
kind of.
the purple scheme instead, and once again pistoling towards Seagull. Uh, maybe crucially, maybe not. We're in a much smaller little boat. Uh, it says probably Pompadour Army May, don't know. But maybe potentially we've lost our big boat. Then we've got McCrank
Crack!
using his elevator skills to say, "Forget the boat. I could go up this random elevator in the ocean, and I'll get the bird."
I think
But
we
I
need some
assume
elevators like this. This is like a hook you tie
Yeah,
yourself to, and it just
just pull
raises you up
yourself
and
up.
down.
just
Like a
takes you
dumbwaiter.
up.
Sick.
Uh,
That's so
I
sick.
I assume he once again tried to use a rope towards the bird. Uh, Old Bayou Man seasick on, so I assume Judica was seasick the whole time. Uh, Now piecing together with the peak photo. Uh, this time around, Candelabra has decided to bite his pistol or maybe smoke it instead of really doing anything else with it, and maybe stabbing the bird with the bayonet attached to the end. The bird is now oozing honey from its mouth. Um,
Like all birds do.
yeah,
Old Bayou Man seasick on.
yeah, old Bayou Man seasick on. And now Candelabra is crossing the Delaware, also known as the Pacific Ocean, and has decided to shove a rifle barrel down the seagull's neck while also like knighting it with a sword.
Candelabra got a lot of screen time this go round.
Candelabra did.
That
He was
hair.
bald.
Yeah.
And then we've moved on to what I'm pretty sure is a real life photo of a whatever the capstan. No, that's wrong. What are the things on the front of boats called?
No fucking clue.
You talking about a bowsprit?
Ah, that's
Bowsprit?
right. Yeah, we looked this up.
The fancy decorations that they put right on the icebreaker part of the
Figurehead,
or-
mask.
Oh no, the icebreaker part,
figurehead.
like the pointy part's the bowsprit.
The probably figurehead, but like the mermaids and whatever they used to put on them, or the ramming.
What'd you say
bar.
we were doing with it?
I didn't say anything. I said that looks like a real example. This one, I don't know if it is, but it looks like it is.
What was it called again?
I think a figurehead.
I think a figurehead. The next photo is my boat in particular, the Bayou Man the Herod Sea Slick. and, and I've decided to put the wildest interpretation of a mermaid on the front of my boat. I've like combined two mermaids at their tail, and one of them fully became skeletal, while the other one retained skin to some extent.
That's weird. You
And,
see a mermaid. I think it kind of looks like you.
oh yeah, sorry, that's me. Then I've decided to tie myself to the front of the next boat, but we're back to like a regular sailboat.
Also, anchoring your feet into the water. It looks like a bad idea.
Yeah. That's for the crocodiles. Entice them. And then I've decided to sit on the front instead of roping myself to the front. Also, I become like a legendary pirate lord.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then,
It's a pretty good bluebeard.
and then we have rubbing of the belly.
Wait, Ethan, you may have skipped something.
You gotta do it to him.
Sorry, we played blackjack.
Thank you. Continue.
You're very awful.
Oh yeah.
Blackjack app.
Yeah, we
I'm-
did play
I'm bad.
blackjack.
I just whatever. I like that Will Smith is rubbing some man's belly.
I like.
This is the uncut
This is
scene
the
from
first
Hitch.
that we've seen from the corner this whole time too.
And then I've decided to decapitate myself to be the front of the ship now.
We forgot
And
to
then
tell you.
And the other one, I have joined the mermaids by wearing towels around our bottom halves and pretending to be mermaids, except for the one that's out there floating in the air. And you've decided to build a regular boat, but then just so you could have a really cool picture, build this board that sticks out straight sideways so that you could stand on the front of it and be like, "Ooh, look at me." That's pretty good. Then Candelabra has I don't know what kind of drugs, but a spirit vision of mermaids
Yeah, this
and
one's fucking
whales
sick.
and multiple ships fighting.
This looks like something out of
and
heavy metal.
It looks straight out of like a '80s movie or something. Like
I
it
appreciate
looks like a
that one of
legitimate
his
movie
fingers is
poster.
a gun.
I didn't
Yes.
even see that.
Yeah, just cause.
Well, you always need a finger gun. And then he's still having visions of mermaids, maybe the Sirens in particular, we've been told about, with some friends, some dead people. Then McCrank has found his mermaid / lizard. and,
And I am a ball.
and he is Ball.
I've never been rounder.
He ate the blueberries in the Wonka factory.
Oh no, he has.
Looks like a Goomba.
You win nothing. And then potentially Tony's boat has encountered mermaids and we're back to the sky lanterns. But this time Tony's boat is half underwater and it might not be coming back. He might be going down. Next photo is giant creepy wax sculpture of a mermaid versus candelabra and friends. That's maybe McCrank. Not really entirely sure. There's also a whale breaching back there. I don't really know
No,
what we're doing in that
that
one.
one's can't. There, that one's McCrank.
The beard is McCrank.
No, the
Or
whale.
the whale. The whale is McCrank.
Candelabra's looking a little small in that picture.
Well, he's still massive compared to the other two people.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I gotcha. I just thought you meant since he was sized down from 3 stories tall to like a
Yeah.
story and a half, you know. And then we have a relatively like this looks like a photo from a TV show you'd see on like the CW or something.
How
Like,
very specific.
well, it's like it's like they have a good concept or whatever, but then they really don't have any money in the budget for like uh whatever wardrobe or special effects, so they just kind of put together whatever they got. Anyways, we found some mermaids. They have, or sirens probably, they have our dice, and Robinson Crusoe has showed up. Then Can has become I'm not even sure who,
You can't
but he
tell in
reminds
the
me of
face.
somebody.
The face, yeah.
That's the iconic Farquaad right there.
Yeah.
Farquaad. Oh, I was
He's-
thinking like 80s cartoon.
Oh,
Somebody
it's
from an
also the
80s
He-Man
cartoon.
cut. That's also true.
Yeah, a little He-Man-y. Anyways, he's got to shoot one of these sirens, I assume. One of them has a death elbow. 2 of them have snakes. The other 3, oh, I'm lying. One of them is actually 2 of them because they're connected. And one of the halves of the 2 of the one have a death elbow. But yeah, Can's ready to go with bow and arrow and potentially a battery in his boat. Not really sure what that box is. Then Dante has claimed success with me still strapped in and random sirens in the background, and someone has gotten naked back there.
Yep, looks like it.
And then Dante's decided to assume the front of the ship pose, where he's also attached the ship's wheel and decided that his right leg should be a mermaid tail.
It's just
Otherwise,
easier that way.
the seagull may be coming back for revenge in the background, or maybe he just happens to be there. And then the scarecrow won an award because he was outstanding in his field.
Perfect.
The Scarecrow made it. It's
Well,
pretty good.
Yeah, pretty
And
good.
now we are here.
That is pretty good.
Well done, my friend.
Great recap as always. It's like you were here. And the only other big tickets to sort of hit on there is that you guys were not able to kill the seagull in that flyby attack. You're able to stick it full of harpoons, but it was out of range of everything but Van Pelt's hunting rifle, and you all decided not to take that final shot at it. And that does place you all currently in the Sirens Cove, Cutthroat Cove, where you have evaded all of the other sharp rocks, coral reefs, and other perils of the boating that could have landed you all in a sinking situation, leaving you at the very interior with about, say, a good like half dozen to a dozen sirens, give or take how many are showing themselves at the moment in a beautiful cavern that is set aglow with golden dice.
Did we not have
at-
any pictures of us shoving waxy rope in our ear?
Oh, I suppose no. Yes. You guys did shove a bunch of honey into your ears.
Oh yeah, honey rope into our ears, and so
Did you
we can't
know
hear
anything
the
about
sirens.
Judica?
Did what?
Did you guys note
Yeah.
anything about Judica specifically about the honey as well?
Uh,
Oh, I love honey. I hate honey.
What?
yeah. So you didn't
I'm
originally
confused.
get any, but I'm not sure if he did end up getting any or not. That's why you were tied to the boat.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
we wanted you to notify us when the sirens
You
came.
were
But
our
the sirens
human
came.
alarm.
Yeah.
I was the alarm because you
Uh-huh.
could watch me to see when I started trying to rip myself loose.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. You interrupted their blackjack game.
Oh, my bad, guys. My bad.
But we do end up trying to save you, and by we I mean Tony. And Tony puts some honey on you, and instead of being normal and letting it go on your ears, you start eating the honey, and Tony just gives up and just dumps it all over you and says, "Probably good enough."
That seems like something I would do instead of cooperating with the group. Just honey. I do love honey.
Precisely. And so currently, where you're at is you're at as far as your boat is able to go. It is it's gotten a little shallow in here, a little too narrow for your boat to reach to the dice exactly to where you can just sort of hop off and grab them. They are at an elevated, sort of natural rocky platform, within like a giant clam shell. The sirens are all visibly quite annoyed, still constantly singing. You could see through the kind of dull vibrations through your honeyed ears, and by watching their sharp, fanged mouths. Um, but currently are keeping their slit eyes on you all, waiting for you all to make a move, their gills flaring in anticipation.
Hey yo.
That is a wild, like, cyberpunk beekeeper.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's like a Mortal Kombat beekeeper is what it looks like to me.
every single one of them came back with like cyberpunk, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. I love honey. There's no time to put it in my ears.
So it's as far as paths that might reach to the dice, you can see that it's a pretty like natural rocky sort of like jut out of the cove. You'd imagine maybe like if you could swim there straight away, you might be able to climb the rock face. There is also sort of along the edges of this cove, very narrow ledges that you think you could follow that would lead up to it. Um, the sirens are not leaving the water.
I
Though
got
some
this.
of them are pressed up against the boat and making doll's eyes at you.
I want to
I
go to
pull
that
out my
ledge.
wrench.
Of course.
Can't show that one. That one's a bad one.
Oh,
got-
oh.
You got some nudity in there. That's crazy.
Is
Ooh,
very
la, la.
Renaissance. I love the Renaissance one.
Dude, you gotta spoiler tag that.
Yeah,
The stream's
McCrank.
gonna
That
revolt.
That's
that
my
one
idea.
that
Forgot
you
about that.
Yeah, I know everybody's getting ready to figure out what's going on, but with my situation, what is actually happening to me since I've ate
you
honey?
are currently in the process of being caressed by sirens up on the mast. They are.
Okay, but I'm like tied to the boat and
You are tied to the boat,
Okay.
and at the last that we left you, you had passed your willpower check to where you are not currently charmed.
okay. All right, but I'm stationary.
Uh
Thank you.
huh. You're still high up and up on the mast, tied up as the figurehead that they have to sort of like pressed up like a dolphin, and then just kind of like boop you on the nose.
Boop my newt.
Poop you
Yep.
on the news. Okay, so Candelabra, were you about to do something?
I would like to go over to that ledge, jump off the boat, and go to the ledge.
Go ahead, my friend,
What do you
and
got for
give
me?
me this would be an acrobatics if they have it in this system, and if not, that is going to be Does not look like that. We'll just call that a straight agility.
Let me just log into Roll20 real quick.
Of course. You've got. I guess that's a rope in your ear. I suppose that works.
Don't worry, I've now
Uh,
clicked on Jumanji. It is now
I-
launching.
I like
the
that
host of
you're
sirens are
using.
all sort of beckoning you to hop into the water.
I like that you're using a regular 1950s Chevrolet wheel with the actual ship wheel actually behind you.
Did you say climb, Aram?
That would be currently not if you're trying to land on the ledge proper.
I
It
thought
could
we
definitely-
steered up as close as we could, right?
Yeah, you steered up as close as you can to get onto the. It'd be a climb if you were on the water level. You'd have to climb up to it. You'd think you'd be able to hop from the side of the boat or maybe at a higher angle of the boat to where you can just land on it.
Okay. We don't have agility. You said just or we have agility, the skill. What was the other one you thought it would be?
I thought acrobatics, but it does not look like that's an actual thing.
Okay, cool. Then I'll go with agility.
Alrighty. 52. Currently, with that roll, it looks like your jump is going to be just a little short. Maybe just a misjudge of the distance, or it could be some of your wounds from the crab battle earlier. Are you going to take that roll?
Yeah.
Righto. Can you leap from the top, maybe somewhere in the rigging, to try and get onto? These are very narrow ledges, so you might just kind of get onto it, and just the momentum's not able to catch you, and you fall into the drink. You don't take any damage. The water is cold, salty, and you are almost immediately set upon by sirens.
Oh wow, that was fast.
Like
Oh, God.
piranhas, they two of them immediately dart off from the rest of the pack and just the teeth and claws immediately.
I thought we were gonna ease into that, but no.
No, not at all. So coming up real quick here. And Can is just fending them off, keep at an arm's reach with his massive biceps, is just keeping these two snapping. You see their jaws are distending like moray eels trying to bite at you.
Well, I'm gonna hop to it. I'm a coming gun. Don't you worry. I'm gonna run over and throw a rope down.
Okay. You throw out a lifeline to Can. Very good. Go ahead and give me a ballistic skill.
Oh yikes. Sorry.
That'll be at a +10. You know you're sort of at a high ground, and I can give you another +10 for an aim.
Okay.
57. Half degree of success. The rope is nearby Can. As it's just slightly out of reach, but is landed nearby. It's floating, bobbing in the light wave.
So they're going after my boy right now?
They are currently going after your boy Can.
That's a good one.
Am I within range to jump and do a cannonball on top of a siren?
You know what? Yeah.
God.
Since this was in jumping range of Can in the first place, yeah. You wager that you can, if you make an agility test, you'd be able to cannonball on top of these two. You might,
Right.
if you mess up, you might also hit Can there. But yeah, I'd say with an agility test, you'd be able to make it.
Yeah. Just a flat agility.
That one
flat agility.
mermaid.
I mean, it's easier to cannonball than to try and land on the ledge. I give you a +10 for the height.
All right. I yell, cannonball, and fail. I will keep this one.
37 out of 47 for sure. You count as an improvised attack, so we're gonna go ahead and call that a 1d5 plus your what's higher, your strength mod or your toughness mod?
Strength.
All right, 1d5 plus strength.
And that would be the first number in strength, correct?
That's correct. The first number of strength.
This isn't what I typed in, but it's too hard not to post.
Dear Lord.
Jesus.
He's like doing the splits.
Jesus, that is an abomination.
That seems like some dark heresy characters. Some crazy.
All right, Can and the two sirens there will immediately take 4 points of damage from a point of impact.
I got you,
Good.
Cam.
You'll also take those 4 damage as you turn this cannonball into a belly flop.
Oh no.
So 4 damage is just subtracted by toughness, of course.
Cool.
As
Okay.
you see that as you hop in, more sirens rush to join the feeding frenzy.
Nice. That worked out.
And they rush over to you, you big hunk of meat. And only one of them looks like they are able to get a bite off. You may attempt to dodge, but in the water, you'll
Yep.
get a -10 penalty.
That's fine. I'm so nifty.
And they're going to get a bite off on you. This was reverse 39's 93. They get a bite on your leg, maybe a bit of the thigh.
Okay.
For 10 points of damage.
Minus toughness, correct?
Minus your toughness, that's right.
Nice.
Still good night.
As they just think they get a mouthful of flesh that they just rip right off the bone.
Oh, they biting me!
Are you a pirate?
Oh, they're biting me.
Elevators,
me.
Elevators.
Someone lift me up.
And so that was Can, followed by Dante, followed by McCrank, leading us right to Judica.
Yeah. Am I on the figurehead or am I on the mast?
You are currently tied, yeah, as you are the figurehead.
I see. I'm gonna start trying to work myself loose from that.
007 shit. It's like evil
Fucking so
dolphins.
swag.
I assume that'll take my turn.
Yeah.
Just
I'd say
try-
so. Your call of either sleight of hand, or strength.
Sleight of hand. I assume I don't have such a
Yeah, it'd be an
skill.
advanced skill. Security,
I
I
see.
suppose,
It
is
would
also called.
be in an advanced skill. Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
it. And strength was the other one, so I'm just
Strength
gonna
would be
try
the
to
other one,
bust
yeah,
out of
bust
the
out of your
opposite
bonds.
side.
Yep.
Ogie. Hey.
Okay.
Nice.
You are able to break out of your ties in a way that you're still able to remain on the boat.
Okay.
You
Yeah, that was gonna be the follow up. Like,
Okay,
can I hang on to the boat?
You sure can, and you're able to get yourself some distance. While those two in the water have attracted at this point 4 of the sirens, you can see that they are trying to keep a good 2-to-1 ratio here. The others are keeping their eyes on you. They seem to have got you pretty split off into teams.
And at any given time, we saw like upwards of a dozen, or is that
Probably
like a
it's hard to tell them apart as well. They all look very similar.
gotcha?
But yeah, somewhere between 10 to 12.
Okay.
As what would if I were Tony Nightingale, what would I do?
Say
Probably
mean
try
things
to
us.
fish one.
Gamble.
Just straight up gamble.
And that's the other bit is that you guys wouldn't be able to hear Tony. I suppose Judica's the only one with no honey in his ears, so you'd be the only one to hear him going, like the mermaids in Vegas were much nicer.
I'm glad I heard that.
Wait,
But
so
they
how
did
is
about the same, eh?
so Judica can hear and he's free?
He had, or if you recall in the last session earlier, he had gone crazy by failing his first round of willpower tests, and then eventually broke out of it.
Okay.
Now, just it'll be a meta question, but is it like D&D in this, or can you immediately get like charmed?
You're not sure. They've been singing this whole time, and it's all been very lovely, but you've been yourself.
Okay. Even outside of this game that you want to play, is just Dark Heresy as a game rule set? Is it you've been charmed in the past however long.
That
you
that
can again.
entirely depends on what you're fighting and what you're facing.
Okay, so Dark Heresy's a little more free flowing with it. I see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even in systems like D&D, you've got some things that you got 24 hours, or it doesn't work for just like ever again.
Right. You
There's
yes.
nothing, blanket with.
Sorry, just trying to get a frame of reference for it.
Nah,
But yeah, sounds good.
that one's pretty cool. It's good. It's good. That's very close to what I'm picturing the Sirens like here. Although Judica himself also kind of looks like a fish man.
Do you like the moon that I've decided to become a moon elf?
Correct. But yes, that's roughly your turn. As I think Tony on his turn is going to geez, I don't know. He's probably going to try to help you guys out there. He's got one of the harpoons on board. I think he's going to try chucking it at one of the 4 in the feeding frenzy. Looks like you're in the most trouble there, McCrank. So I think he's going to try to harpoon the one that just bit.
Yeah.
Hey, and he's going to get it.
Nice.
What is Tony's strength? Right on. Okay. All right. It's a bit of a glancing blow. But that one of the Sirens on you now has a harpoon sticking out of her fish tail. And yours is not the only blood in the water. And that's going to take us right back to Candelabra.
Cool. What are the chances that I am able to climb up the rock that I tried to jump onto? Does it look feasible?
It definitely looks feasible. It looks like you'll probably take a couple of swings or bites as you try to climb up.
I do that.
Okay, perfect. If you give it your full action here, you're an army man. Climb. You've got the skill. You could go ahead. You remember your training. Maybe had less mermaids in it, but the basics are still the same. You can give yourself a +10 to this climb.
Oh. I will fate point. I'll do it.
All right.
What if you climbed again, but this time climbed better?
I wonder if I press up arrow and press enter if it works.
Yeah, Konami code here.
It does work.
Wow. Yeah, night and day.
Nice. You should fate point again.
Nah, I like that one.
As they will try to take a couple of bites as their fast food is on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you're just too fast on the climb. They're not expecting you to climb this quickly. You see that their claws rake against the rock, leaving sparks in their wake.
Sweet.
As you are now able to get up onto the side cavern ledge, which has this narrow sort of foothold that you can kind of shimmy across, and you see at the very far end of it are the golden dice.
Everyone's cross-eyed in that picture.
That's just how it is, man. The Sirens be crazy.
Okay,
How you've got a bird friend. Couple bird friends.
I'm gonna
Take this to Dante.
kind of circle the, I don't know, whip the rope in a circle to kind of flick it over to Fat Boy. Well, maybe not. I don't even know if I can pick
Fat
McCrank up.
I got a name, bro. What the fuck?
I don't even know if I can get you up if I tried, honestly.
Fat boy. Bro, I'm dying in here.
Okay, well I guess I'll flick the rope over to the Fat Boy.
Oh, flick the rope, please.
Ballistic skill, same
You can't
roll.
hear me.
Yeah, ballistic skill +10. If you're trying to get him a way to get back onto the boat.
Do I get the aim too?
Yeah.
So 20 or just 10?
That's 20.
Okay, sick. Nice.
Is he such a big target?
What the fuck?
But hey, it works. The rope finds its way with 2 degrees of success, right into your hands. Perfect. Good rope work there, Dante. As Lift Lord McCrank, You've got you had 2 sirens on you, and you see that the 2 that were on Candelabra are very pissed that they have not gotten any of that blood that they were wanting, and you see that they look around very hungrily back at you, and that's when that rope lands in your hands.
Yeah, I'm fucking climbing that bitch. Get me out of here.
For sure, you can make that a climb at +10.
Climb. I have climb.
More than that, with a rope. I could call that +20, but it looks like you
Call-
still fail by
Oh,
1.
Fuck. I'll fate point it just because I feel like I could die if I get hit again. Oh, you said +20? Oh, what the fuck are these rolls?
You got just 1.
All right, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Right on.
And with that many
Bless.
degrees of success, and with Dante, I could imagine pulling on the rope and like hauling you up.
Pull Dante!
Though it's pretty hard. You you are able to be hauled up the side of the boat faster than the sirens can pounce on you, leaving you back up on the deck with a bleeding chunk out of your leg.
Oh god.
That will take us straight to Judica.
All right, so
From the boat, you 3 can see that Can has made it onto the ledge on the opposite end of the cavern and is slowly starting to shimmy his way towards the dice.
who is in charge of our boat currently?
That'd be
Is
me,
it
brother.
anchored?
Oh, I don't.
Is it floating?
I think
What's
we
the,
did anchor it
what's the
last time, but I
situation with our boat?
don't remember.
I don't think anybody dropped anchor here. It's just kind of like floating in this cove here.
Okay, that's my first priority because I think everyone's to relative points of safety. So I'm gonna try to steer the boat, get to the ship's wheel, and steer the boat.
Steer it where? It is about as deep into the cove as it can possibly get.
Yeah, I'm really bad at AI generating images. Imagine that way inside the cave.
Sure. So like you're saying it's gonna be way too shallow to get anywhere closer to Can.
That's correct. It
Yeah,
is
I'm pretty
about-
sure I rolled like a crazy roll to get it where we're at.
He had like
now.
a fantastic piloting roll, got it out of a bunch of like shipwrecked, like sharp rocks and other
Okay. In that
swimming
case,
pools.
I'm going to try to lower our anchor. to
Okey-dokey.
make sure we don't
Smart.
float away from Can.
Yeah, you head on down and you can just take a full action just to haul that thing over. Actually, go ahead and give me a ballistic skill as you're doing this, just to see if you can hit one of the sirens with the anchor when you drop it.
Sure. Why not?
Like a fucking Looney Tunes
How
episode.
about no?
Okay, yeah, it's pretty heavy, and so they see it from they see it coming and they're able to swim out of the way. But would have been cool.
What
As there's a big splash, and the boat settles in securely. As you can see that it was set to start very slowly, kind of like putting some distance in and drifting back out to the open current.
Yeah, I'm
And that will take
gonna
us
stay
to-
near to that, by the way, just for future rounds.
That'll take us to Tony and says, "Hey, we only got like 3 harpoons left, and there's like 1, 2, a fuckload more of sirens. What are we gonna do?"
I can't hear you.
Oh yeah. What?
Just the entire time that I'm getting myself
I
untied
can't
and
hear
everything,
you.
I'm just asking all these questions about what are we doing with our boat, and nobody's responding.
Yeah, everyone. Yep. Yeah. I guess Tony's just bitching to himself.
Yeah.
As he says, as he's whining, and he's
Woke
just
up
gonna
from my coma.
he's just gonna chuck another javelin at the one that he hit already. Oh no, wait! You guys had tied up ropes to all your javelins. I think the remaining ones. Yeah, I think he's gonna like retract it. I think he's gonna try to hit it again. Tony is just a crack shot here. All right. You see, Tony's is just locked in. He's got maybe he's done some spear fishing in the past. You're not sure. He's done a lot of things in his
He has in
his
a
history.
short life.
But
He's done a lot.
he's pulling back some these McDonald's maidens.
I like the burger hat. I would love a burger hat like that.
Not to
As
mention
Tony
the
pulls
prize
back,
is
as
part of it.
he's the only one putting some blood in. And about at this time,
Making it rain.
I kind of like that picture. That's pretty good. We got the fish are like dollars. That's pretty cool.
I want to
fish
know what
bucks.
the guy in the bottom right is. Whatever is happening is weird.
That's pretty nice. All right, and with some action going on here, that injured siren is going to duck into the waters. And you see that she does not return. The others that were trying again and again to sort of entice you or seem to be fed up with how long this is taking, and one of them launches themselves up onto the boat, flopping like a tuna. She is floundering towards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Floundering towards McCrank.
Oh no.
69.
Oh, no.
No, no.
Going for that same leg.
Is there
Oh,
such a thing
no.
as using my fate points to make you re-roll? Is that a thing?
Do you want to make it a thing?
No.
Nah.
What the fuck is that?
Well, I know in
Nah, I'm
some
not a
games
fan.
you could do exactly that, where you can make
Go
the
ahead.
DM re-roll.
And roll me a dodge if you want to dodge, or you can lean into it.
Dodge. I'm a dodge.
Okay.
Did I dodge? I did not
You're a-
dodge.
You're a Dodge Ford truck. Dodge
As you take another 10
Dodge-
points of damage to the leg.
truck.
Okay. So
Don't
how
even-
does this work when I'm minus?
All right. So what's your total negative after subtracting toughness?
-5.
Oof. All right. -5 to the 96 is your right leg. Let's find out.
Boys.
It just
They got my leg. Oh,
like a stray
Oh.
barracuda, and just saunters up to your leg and chows down.
oh God. And you can't hear the muffled screams except you.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, I can hear you, but everyone else has no
Poor
idea.
Judica. Judica, save me! Save me! You're the only one that can hear me.
Honey's
All
so
right.
good.
I mean, I think we'll still be trying to
God.
save you, even if I can't hear you.
Jesus Christ! That's an awful photo.
-5.
Oh no.
Oh dear. -5 to the leg. In a spray of blood, your leg is
My leg!
opening up, exposing bone, sinew, and muscle. The target takes 1d5 levels of fatigue and halves their movement for 1d10 hours.
Oh, that's not too
You got
bad.
this.
Yeah.
This is
1d5 levels of fatigue, so 5.
You are
no.
knocked unconscious.
Oh,
Oh, I see the bone! And then I go out.
Yup,
oh,
you're knocked
no.
unconscious. As this siren just starts eating your leg right off the bone.
The last thing I say, Judica!
Yeah. I got you, bud.
As that is going to take us right back to Candelabra.
Yeah, I think I may see what's going on. Is this ledge wide enough for me to be able to shoot at a bow or shoot my bow?
Oh yeah. Now that you're on it, it's you kind of have to maneuver a little bit, a little steady, but you feel like you could get a shot off.
I'd like to shoot at the one that's eating my boy.
Absolutely. Go ahead and standing steady, and you're making that shot. You go ahead and give it a +10.
Okay. Well, a little off. Tough.
You try your best to help out your buddy on the deck there, taking some time on the ledge to aim a shot. But it's the ship, though anchored, it's still kind of bobbing, swaying to and fro and your arrow just narrowly embeds itself just past the siren, oblivious as she continues to gnaw, looking up, staring you dead in the eyes with her lidless glare as she slurps up a bit of the muscle of your friend.
Ugh.
Just come back from unconsciousness to go.
Yeah.
"Whoa."
As that's it would take us to McCrank,
Go
who
in
is
and out of
currently
voices.
unconscious and being eaten alive. Wait, no.
I think it takes it to me.
First. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Judica!
Uh,
And then I go back out.
I'm gonna do like gonna do a little spin kick dance maneuver to stomp on this mermaid's head. I haven't danced
Absolutely.
in a while.
Yeah, 100%.
You're
What kind of
feeling the
attack are you
groove,
making?
mermaid. You what?
What kind of attack are you making this?
I'm just gonna kick it, stomp on it, the back of its head. So I guess that's like a weapon skill.
Yeah. Like a full attack.
Oh
guard
yeah.
attack.
Yeah, full attack.
Okay, plus 30.
Oh
Or,
nice.
no, plus 20 now,
Yeah,
since
so it's like
McCrank is not threatening the square.
Are you sure he's
Oh.
not threatening? He could be threatening.
You know what? Yeah, Tony can make himself useful.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean I just missed my one. So.
I love in that
Tony-
one. She's like, "Oh no, your leg."
Tony will make himself useful, and I suppose Judica perhaps as well, since maps are for suckers. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, and for a standard kick, it's just
Yeah, if you're unarmored, it's just going to be 1d5 plus your strength bonus.
okay. I think that did it. Except I used my throwing knives one.
And it does not add your strength bonus. So your strength bonus?
Oh, it didn't? It says it.
No.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
roll a d5.
Strength bonus is 3.
Okay, yeah, you give it like a good boogie stomp. And you can see that it definitely leaves a mark, leaves a bruise on that pretty mermaid's face. But sort of like when a dog is sinking their teeth into something, they are too preoccupied with the meal to even like stop.
Damn you, mermaid.
Judica!
And that takes us to McCrank, who is busy getting eaten, which then takes us to Judica.
Judica!
Yeah, yeah. So
Do something!
His potential last words ringing through your ears.
yeah,
Continue as I
I've
waver
been
in and
able
out of
to.
consciousness.
It's echoing in this cove. It's got these acoustics,
Judica, 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 Judica.
I've been able to hear my boy and just be like, "No, McCraig," and then run over if I wasn't already or whatever. And I know there's a great amount of bonuses, but I think for my turn instead, I'm gonna reuse Van Pelt's torso and try to distract with a tastier meal.
Ooh.
Alright.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what kind of roll you want me to make on that, but yeah, I wanna chuck a relatively fresh piece
Chuck a
of meat
torso at him.
that's dead
Hit him
and
with
you
the
don't have to
torso.
fight for, and it doesn't scream Judica at you every 6 seconds.
All right. The way I see it is because this thing is like locked in and is just taking these bites and is only like lifting itself up to like take a gulp of air between
Yeah, see
like
if I
bites. Like
see
you
if I could chuck it in between the next
yeah,
bite.
basically this would be like a. Actually, I would say if you full turn it and you're doing nothing else but like doing the switcheroo and getting it to eat Van Pelt's torso.
Yep.
That you could do that.
All right, that's what I want to do.
By holding it at its edge to make sure that you don't get a finger like snapped off. You see as it like throws its head back and its hair flows like it's a shampoo commercial soaked in gore. And it is swallowing a bit of McCrank's flesh. You are able to interpose and put the torso over the leg, and when it next dives in, it is eating Van Pelt's body.
Hooray! Step 1 complete. Still going, Judica.
As Tony is going to pull back in his harpoon, and he's gonna look over, and you're the only one that can hear this. So, holy shit, McCrank, that sucks for you. And he's going to harpoon another siren.
What is? Just dying.
I keep hitting sirens. Just like me and Pa used to do. He just keeps spearfishing these mermaids. And that is going to take us back to the mermaid on the deck is going to just keep eating that. As another mermaid is going to flop onto the deck. Following suit and going after Judica.
Alright.
Not Judica.
No, it's fine.
Judica, that is going straight for your throat, buddy.
For my throat?
30 reverse would be a 3. 1 to 10 would be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
10.
That's not good.
No, I get you. Just, kind of that floppy mermaid. How to get my throat. But yeah. I'm probably like leaning down or whatever.
It's like in that mid-air, like as it's cresting onto the boat, right? It's a
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
arc. You
Do
get
I
a
get a
dodge.
dodge?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Woo!
And a good thing as well as
Nice.
you are able to duck out of the way, and now you've got a flopping mermaid on the deck that is after you. And that is going to take us back to Candelabra.
Obviously isn't super relevant.
Flop,
but-
flop, flop.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
What is going on here?
Can is wildly distracted by this,
What the fuck?
but still attempts to take a shot.
Okay.
Got this kid.
And
I
the
still
same
get-
one that was eating at McCrank?
Yeah, do I still get a half aim or no aim?
It's no, if it's a half action reload, then yeah, then no aim.
Sounds good. Tough.
Oof.
We get another picture
Still
for it
not,
anyways.
still not bad enough to hit one of your friends, but the arrow lands with a great twang that only Judica can hear. Close to McCrank's unconscious body.
Why have they had their organs removed? And what is that thing hanging off the sail?
That little shrimp thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh yeah, that's kind of gross. What is with this cool tattoo scar that Can has got going on? He's got some like ritual scarification. Pretty rad. Thank you, Can. That will take us to Dante.
Man, I'm not sure what else to do. I guess I can. I'll try to grab the mermaid's tail that's going after after Judica, and just hammer toss it off the boat.
Love it. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Go back
do a
into
mark
water,
for
you
critical,
blasted merman!
Mario 64 on this,
Nah.
and you find that it's got some surprising amount of mass.
I'm gonna fate point it because this is gonna be too cool.
That's you gotta fucking rule of cool that shit.
Yeah, except let me see if I get my fate point back. No, I don't.
What do you get your fate point back on?
That's
9.
just on a 9.
On specifically a 9?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
try it one more time.
Interesting.
Yeah, nice.
Hey!
That's right, mermaid.
All right.
Woo!
Fantastic. You rush up, and it's a little bit of the momentum. Like it had
Dang it.
just landed. You keep rolling
That's
fast.
insane.
It had just landed, right? And you, as it's like doing that bounce up from that first impact, you grab it by the tail and you just fucking judo toss it right off the deck, off into like the rock face wall. So it's going to take some
Dang.
damage here. Go ahead and roll me a d10 plus your strength mod.
I can't wait for the
Oops,
9.
I
Oh,
clicked it too
and-
soon. But that's 3, so 4.
Okay. You like just chuck it right back into the stone wall, and it lands with a thud and then splashes very ungracefully back into the water. As you removed one of them from your boat, and that takes us back to Lift Lord, who is unconscious.
I forgot I have one arm. I just did all that with one arm.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, you did.
I've been working out with Cam. He's been showing me a
Uh,
few things.
Lord, what are your near-death experience visions looking like right now?
I'm at my diner in Indiana with my wife, and in that diner, there's an elevator that needs some fixing. And the waitress calls over and she
Elevator in
says,
the diner.
"I know the perfect man for the job." And I walk over and I step in the elevator and then I ascend to heaven.
Where you're handed hash browns.
Yes, and I arrive at my floor and it's the same diner, and I go sit down.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Oh,
It
no.
That's
repeats
beautiful.
Don't
over
go-
and over and
Don't go
over.
into the light. Don't go into the light.
I love that.
Yeah, that is actually awesome.
That's beautiful. I need like an animated short of that. That's great. Judica, the one that was on you is now been tossed off by the one-armed Dante. There's just the one that's currently eating Van Pelt's body right now, using Lift Lord's unconscious body as a plate to hold that torso.
Yeah. With as much time around Lift Lord as I've spent, would I know if I could easily move him?
Easily, maybe if he was, not complete dead weight. He'd probably anybody that was dead weight would require a strength check to move.
Okay. All right. And the one that is currently just munching on the torso doesn't seem all that hurt, right?
No, they've been kicked in the face by Dante, but outside of like a black eye, they're not too hurt.
All right. I'm going to attempt to move Lift Lord and just drag him as far as I can away from this particular mermaid.
Okay. Go ahead. You can go ahead if you're just taking your full turn to do this. You can give yourself a +10 to the strength roll.
Plus 10.
How much torso's left?
It's
This-
a good chunk. It's a good amount of torso.
Oh, I was okay with this being the end of the torso. The crab already munched on it once. But I'm going to fate point that. Try again.
Okay.
And we try one more time.
Such a wholesome elevator mechanic.
Damn.
And I'm sorry, McCrank, it looks like you're chilling here for now.
Yeah, you're
Oh, no.
trying, but it's not just like the weight of McCrank that you're trying to pull on. The siren is actively just like also on top of part of him, like just eat torso on top of him, and just blood is gushing from like this like the wound in his leg, and it's just a nasty scene.
All right.
And that takes us to
Ugh.
That's going to take us to Tony, who is still just keeping the other, like just rushing from one side of the boat to the other, like just trying to like keep the rest of the sirens at bay, by just constantly like chucking these harpoons at them. Finally missing one.
Don't be so disappointed, Tony.
On this next turn,
You're on our
no
side.
new mermaids hop back onto the boat, and in fact, you see the others that are not currently on the boat, all kind of like synchronized swimmers, all dive into the water at the same time. And the cavern is quiet, save for the munching that the one is doing on the boat right now.
That doesn't seem good, man.
And that's going to take us to Can.
Seeing things chill out a bit, I think Can is gonna try to get over to that dice and see if he can roll that without his boys, see if it'll just go, or if he actually needs everyone to roll him.
Absolutely. From here, now that you're on the ledge, what is a roll that you think could help you get along that isn't just another agility roll to make things interesting? If there's something that you've got that you think could somehow be applied here, as you
Well.
are sort of wall climbing slash, shimmying.
Climbing would be my most helpful. I would consider this rock climbing personally.
That sounds very applicable. You can go ahead and make a climb check.
Oh man, the rolls today. Um, you know what? Let's do it. Let's not burn, use one more, and we'll give it another try so I don't
Okay.
die. Ah, and my last one, of course,
Dang.
used today.
All right. With one
Wait,
failed
wait,
roll
wait.
on the rock climb, as you run out of like narrow ledge.
You misheard me,
Jeez
Aram.
Louise. Oh, I
I
did hear you. That was your last one. Fantastic. Just as it looks like you're about to like end up in like a cliffhanger situation, hanging on from one like handhold, you're able to pivot with the last of your strength and clear the last hurdle and make it onto the ledge that
Jesus
contains
Christ.
the giant clamshell and the glowing golden dice.
That's much better than what you were about to say.
And with that, you are there.
If it's still my turn, I'd like to try to roll them.
Absolutely. As you rush up to the dice and you put your hands on them, they are in like a state of suspended animation.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And that's going to take us to Dante.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about my spinning throw. Actually, now I'll mix it up. I'll equip that left arm of Van Pelt and just give this mermaid a smack.
All right. That's like a weapon skill.
Do I
Go ahead
get
and give
plus 10?
plus 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Plus 10 just from Judica being nearby. Plus 10 if you're just just plus 10 because you have to take out the hand and equip it. And you're smacking at this mermaid, and the mermaid is still just devouring Van Pelt's body without a seeming care.
You
It makes for a
blasted
ridiculous scene as the one-armed man is using another man's hand to slap this mermaid and is making just these wet thwacking noises that you can't hear.
Tony boy, you gotta come help! You gotta get this mermaid off the boat!
Yeah, you say that.
Judica hears it.
You say that.
And that takes us to Liv Flord, who's having just a great. You see, there's a smile on his face.
Oh no. No, no, not the smile.
Yeah, I'll take a country fried breakfast.
That takes us to Judica.
Yeah, so this time around, I'm gonna, since it seems too much of a struggle between the pinning of the mermaid and everything else, I'm gonna try my best to stand over McCrank to where if the mermaid would decide that the torso isn't enough anymore, instead of, going after McCrank, it'd go after me. And then I'm gonna try to slash it with my new machete.
Okay. For sure.
Which I
Crazy
assume
dice.
is a
The dice
weapon
bases.
skill.
The sideburns are something else. You got like
Yeah.
a. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and give weapon skill. That's gonna be a plus 10 for you there, Judica.
Do I get an aiming 10?
You had to take out the machete, so not this time.
Oh, okay.
Which
What if
is
I hit
good
it
enough.
anyways?
So go ahead and roll damage. That'll be 1d10 plus your strength bonus.
I don't know. Alright,
All
that
right,
doesn't
cool.
seem to. That. I don't think. It did roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It rolled, but it didn't add.
Nope, it sure did. Plus floor 37 divided by 10. That is your strength bonus.
Oh, okay. I see how that all works. Neat. Does
Very
it
nice.
for me. Cool. 10 damage, sir.
As you stab, just slice into this mermaid as it is eating disrupting it from its bite as it looks back to you for interrupting its meal. Flares its gills and teeth in a ferocious display, and Tony rushes it with the harpoon.
Jesus.
And with an all-out attack, plus all that bonus from having 2 other melee combatants,
Nice.
spears it through, and is able to. It twitches and flops a bit, but he chucks it off with the harpoon to the side of McCrank.
Why'd you go and flick it towards McCrank, you big dumb boy?
I'm sure Dante's saying something, but I'm glad I can't hear him. Thanks for the help, Judica.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Hey, where'd the rest of them go?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, well, I don't know why I'm asking you. I can't hear shit.
Yeah, I'll just kind of point over the side of the boat. But the last, that was the death of that mermaid, right?
That was. And then
Okay,
you see
I-
Tony points at Can and says, oh, hey, look, Can's got the dice. We should do something about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at Kian, even if it won't do me any good. You have to come back. And then I'm gonna try to move McCrank into whatever hold or quarters this boat has. I know all we've seen is a lot of all we've seen is a lot of AI predictions of what this boat looks like. But yeah, somewhere inside is the idea to get McCrank to.
Trying to get McCrank down below deck.
Yes, ma'am. I can't fix that elevator up real quick.
Yeah, literally wherever I can get him inside so that the next mermaid doesn't land on top of him.
All right, well, this is going to kick the turn over to Candelabra, who's at the dice. Can, what do you do?
Realizing I can't flip these guys, I'm gonna go look back over at the ship, see that it's not going well. Jump up and down and wave my arms, see if anyone waves back.
I'll smile and wave. Like he's
Okay, it seems like everything's going great over there actually. So I'm just gonna like beckon them towards me, be like, "Come on up," and then like throw my arms like they should be coming up here.
I'll give him a
for a
thumbs
moment,
up.
let's suspend turn-based since there's no immediate combat going on here. Can is at the dice. He's beckoning you all over. On the boat. What do you do?
As you continue
I
skating
lay
the boat, you're
unconscious.
seeing me heavily struggle to move McCrank inside. Like, this is not going well over here.
I'm gonna give Can a big model grin and a thumbs up.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be like, "No, come on, come on up here." I'm gonna mock roll the dice and show that it's too heavy. I can't
I've
lift
made
it.
social awareness. My dog.
I am not paying attention to anything he's doing. I'm just trying to move McCrank inside.
I'm gonna go run and get some
Judica,
beer.
Did I do it, Judica? Did I fix the elevator in the sky?
McCrank, stay with me, man. Stay with me. You can't even hear me. Stay with me.
I'm going towards the light.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Towards the elevator.
No. That doesn't go where you want it to go. Get out of the elevator.
Dante, Tony's gonna point you, and he's gonna point at Can, and he's gonna like jut his thumb up and be like, and like nudge his head.
I'm gonna ignore him because he's an asshole.
He's going to flip you the bird, and then he's gonna try to get onto the ledge.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna grab a beer before I go to.
So you're going downstairs where he's dragging McCrank, because that's where our beer is.
Yeah, I'll just walk by.
Yeah, not
Just
helping at all.
walking by him.
Just walking by.
Tony, again, since you're the only one that can see him right now, Tony falls, trying to get onto the ledge, and
Tony
then
falls.
swims over to to the climbing mount just before, like the opposite route that you didn't take, and he just starts to climb up.
Okay.
And he climbs like a motherfucker, and soaking wet, he's able to reach you, and he just sticks out his hand,
every
sticks out his
time.
hand for a high five.
I give him a big high five. That was sick.
Wow.
Great job.
He puts his hand on the dice, and you could just read his list. He says, "Fuck."
I also put my hands on the dice while he has his hands on the dice. Anything change?
It glows a little brighter, but it's still not moving.
Nah. All right, and then I go back to jumping up and down and trying to get him to come over here. No one's on deck at this point, so
Yeah, at
no
this
one's
point, they're all below deck. Below deck.
As soon as I actually
Am I
get my
still
crank
just
below deck, I
unconscious?
want to start trying to
Yeah, it says you're
apply first
unconscious
aid.
until it's for a number of you're unconscious for at least it says like an hour or until you receive medical attention.
Oh gosh.
As
I'm-
oh, go ahead.
As soon as I get him below deck, that's what I'm trying to do. First
You
aid.
have the medicine
my
skill.
capabilities. Is that going to be an advanced skill?
Yes.
the medicine.
What if I didn't have it? Could I still do something to help the situation? Like I would assume that from time in military, I would at least know
Yeah,
basic
I'd
first
also
aid.
assume don't you have medicine in your advanced skills from your military stuff?
Nah, we got survival.
No, survival. Okay, you know what? We'll call it survival then. Survival just to like
This is
stem
a
some of, like-
survival
yeah,
moment.
call
Yeah,
it
I
survival.
can't necessarily fix
I
his
am
leg, but I
trying to
can stop it
survive.
from bleeding more. Would be
Sure.
the idea, right?
Now, if you fuck it up though, you might make it worse. So let's see what you do.
While
Yeah, don't fuck it up.
while
please.
you're working on him, I'll be rubbing his belly and feeding him beer, pouring beer gently in his mouth.
Oh, thank you.
It's gonna be all right, McCrank.
We would fuck it up. That'd be that
Nursing him
would
back
be
to
any good.
health.
You're just
Nice.
drowning my dead body.
So, McCrank, through like getting waterboarded with beer and having your wound bandaged,
Stop! You're not helping. You're not helping.
No,
Your
I
body
think I
is
am.
like-
He's waking up, man.
your body is like shocked awake as you are torn from your vision of heaven in the diner and the elevator to like the middle of a dark, dank, cold hold of a ship where your leg has been torn up and you can see it's like just riddled with mermaid bite marks and your
What now?
belly is being rubbed and beer is just being poured on your face.
The biscuits and gravy.
Don't look at this leg. Don't. Gonna try to
Oh,
block him
boys,
from being able to look at
boys.
his leg while
I saw
I'm bandaging it.
I saw heaven. Did we get the rumble shake? Where am I?
I won't be able to hear him, so I'll just be smiling and giving him the thumbs up,
Yeah,
pouring
I'll be
beer in
trying
his
to
mouth.
like
Oh,
calm him down
shit.
and talk him through
That's
it. But he
right.
can't hear me.
I can't hear anything. The mermaids. Oh, and then I look down and see my leg. And,
No! Don't look down here. Don't.
I can't hear you. My leg's gone. Look. I attempt to get up, realizing that I'm down a leg and obese. I realize that I can't do that.
You just
And,
you just now realize you're obese.
I thought I was in good shape. And then my accent's all over the place too. I'm gonna lay on my side and curl up in a fetal position until further prompted.
Yeah, I'll start looking around whatever we've got to make a crutch for him. Whatever
like
I think might work. Just a
Yeah, no,
under
well,
the
he looks-
shoulder
maybe I try to
pole
motion
to
you
like
guys to pull
you
me
know,
up onto one leg.
There's like a hammock. There's like ropes.
maybe even
stuff that
like
would
just
be in
a
the hold.
solid piece of wood to use as a cane. Like literally anything I can get him.
There
to-
is the type of plank you'd make someone walk on.
All right, we're
perfect.
losing the walk the plank. I'm making him a walking
Peg
stick.
leg?
Walking on the plank.
Can
Yeah.
he jam it where my leg hole is?
I don't think
Jesus
you've fully lost your leg. You just have giant.
Why does he look
out
so
of it.
happy about it?
I do have just giant clumps.
He's happy he's coming back to life.
Jesus.
The face in the bottom left corner looks very concerned.
That's fair. That's one of the sirens, bro. The sirens even like, what the fuck is going on?
That beer is thick too. It's
It is a
like
thick-ass beer.
is congealed in the hole.
Yeah.
It's full of the honey.
Honey
It's more of a
beer.
mead.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to help McCrank get up and moving so that we can potentially go to the dice. That's my whole
Yeah,
game plan.
you've got him like a very awful crutch, and it
Perfect.
hurts
Here you go.
so
Use
bad.
this. I know you can't hear me.
I
This
can't
will
hear a
help.
word you're saying.
You'll at least be able to walk with this. It won't be
I
fast.
can't hear what you're saying, and I'm
But
pointing at my
look,
ears.
look, look. I
I'm
take
wax in my ears.
it. I take
I
it.
can't hear what you're saying.
Stick it under my arm, and I like mimic what he needs to do, and then I give it to him.
I give a look of understanding, and then I put it under my arm.
Great.
Why I'm so
We've
fat.
we've got McCrank mobile.
Yeah, McCrank, you are able to move at it's half movement, it's half speed. It's at like a very slow pace. Do you guys
All right.
eventually? Do
I
you guys like?
start moving back to the top.
Yeah,
All right,
following that, I want to
Can
go back up and see
eventually,
what's up
after
with
like
Can and
5 minutes,
Tony.
you see that the rest of the crew make it back up to the top of the deck, and they've got like a makeshift crutch for McCrank, and you have no idea how the hell McCrank is gonna make it up here.
Yeah, I'm just pointing to McCrank going like X, like no, he can't get over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in my pack and realize that luckily I have a rope in here. Is there anything I can tie this rope to, that like a rock or
Absolutely.
something?
There is this giant fucking clamshell, and it is like a heavy, like sturdy clam. This thing is as heavy as can be. It's like an anchor.
Cool. I will attach the rope to that, and then I'll like hang the rope down to hopefully allow them to climb up easier.
All right, yeah, for sure. There's now a rope that is anchored by the clam at the base of this. It would require a successful swim check to make it over there. Well, for you guys, only Dante and McCrank would need to make the swim check, since you two are the ones that are missing functioning limbs at the moment.
I'm gonna be carrying some beer too. I don't know if I need to put some more negatives in.
Swim check.
If you're carrying a keg with you,
Oh,
then yes,
God.
probably.
I guess we don't have like enclosed beer, do we?
All right, lift floor, do you start to sink? No, you do not.
That's okay. I guess I'll leave the
How
beer.
hard would it be for me to get back to where I am?
Now that there's the rope here, probably not difficult.
I'm gonna lifeguard dive like Baywatch style to go try
Yeah.
to save this man.
You know, for sure. This is probably going to be strength.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I also have swim in case you wanted to do that.
Your call. Your whatever's higher here in this.
They're
moment
the
for you.
same.
Okay.
It's so bad, bro.
Oh, no.
You're dragging me under.
No, he is
Oh,
dragging
no.
you under, and the water here is very clear. You can see that the sirens are a good ways at like the bottom of this cove, and they seem to be like they're doing some kind of ring around the rosy. They are joined arms, and they're like moving in a circle at the bottom of this cove.
Yeah, I
and
feel like
you're
you're about
not
to
exactly
hit your head
sure
on a
what's
rock.
happening there.
So
But
as-
there's something in the center of that circle is starting to glow.
something in
I-
the center of the circle is starting to bubble.
Bubble and glow.
I'll follow
Great.
suit and also lifeguard dive, drop all the beer I have, and lifeguard dive into the water after.
Go ahead and give me a
McCrank.
swim, Dante. See if the both of you can hoist Liftlord up, or if this is going to be his watery grave.
Is swim's a strength check?
It
Mm.
is.
Sucks.
Everybody's thinking.
I jumped too soon while dropping
right.
the beer. It ends up being like a big, like I'm just flapping around.
Tony is going to hop into the drink and try to help out. Tony is just a champion swimmer.
Good.
Tony has
and
crazy rolls today.
Tony does. And with 3 of you each assisting, you are able to get him back up to where you can all draw breath. And it is now going to be a climb check that primarily, with a rope and the footholds, it's going to be on
Awesome.
it's going to be on McCrank
For
to make.
for my own portion of that time period,
Yeah.
I want to take my own rope and tie it to the I don't know what the fence of the boat is called, or a mast, or
Yeah, the
some anchor
railing
point
or-
on the boat.
Sure.
Right. Just so that we have that to get back up onto the boat as quick as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
And then jump in and
What do I have
follow.
to roll?
That is going to be a climb
A climb.
at a -10.
Oh, I have it. Oh well.
Well, it would have been -10, but with everything, you're actually good. So 34 out of 38, still not ideal. You are making progress. It hurts, I'd say. With that, you have any fate points left?
Yep.
I was gonna say if
I got
climbing on
one.
this, it is going to damage your leg during the
All right.
climb.
Well, if he was at the +10 and it being a half thing, is that the outcome?
Well, yeah, the big -10
So
with 3 is plus.
you're recommending one more roll here at 34.
It would be another bit of critical damage, and yeah.
I take my first one.
So your crit goes from -5 to -6.
Ugh.
Rending to the leg.
Ugh.
Well, no, not rending this time. Well, sharp rocks. Would you call damage from climbing up a rocky face
Blunt.
rending or impact? Impact. That's what
Impact.
It'd
Okay.
be impact unless you fell and cut on the way down.
Okay. We'll go with impact then. Impact to the leg. Same leg. Right leg. Several of the tiny bones in the target's foot snap like twigs with cracking noises.
Oh, my foot!
The
Oh, shit!
target must make an immediate toughness test or permanently lose the use of that foot.
Big roll.
Oh, my foot!
The foot is ruined. Now the foot's still attached. It's just you lose the use of the foot.
That's even worse.
Is
I
that
got
one of
this lip
those?
foot.
The
Is that one of
target then
those-
also takes 2 levels of fatigue.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to be rolling at a huge negative because you're 5 fatigued.
Oh, that's true.
And so taking 2 more levels of fatigue, you pass out again and
No.
Oh no!
cannonball into the sink.
Oh
How are we
god.
gonna get you to roll these dice?
That's what you're worried about.
I'm worried about so many steps, but the only way I think you all are leaving is if we roll the dice. I don't think I can convince a bunch of people that can't hear me to get back onto the damn boat and leave the situation and come back another time.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
There I go.
It's got the board and everything.
Just looks like a nice man.
Yeah, that looks like a nice vacation.
Just looks like a nice dude.
Are the lifeguards lifeguarding, or are they letting him go?
Am I unconsciously underwater? Yeah,
No, I'm not.
with 2 levels of fatigue on
No,
top of
that's
what you've
that's
been-
dead weight. Let it go.
I would like to. I'd like to grab the rope.
Grab the rope.
I would like to grab the rope and swim down as far as the rope can let me, and hopefully I can tie this to either his, like, any part of his body. If the destroyed foot, it is what it is.
Like a fucking
For sure.
boulder.
I'd call that a survival check to get like a sailor's knot around his waist to see if you could just like drag him up the rock face.
Okay, so this is intelligence, not my best. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, not great.
All right. It's just you don't have a lot of time, and he's sinking like a stone. And by the time that you rush down there as fast as you can, you're trying to tie the knot. He's out of reach, and he just sinks.
I mean, I don't know if it's like retconning, but I'll go with Can and attempt to do the same thing. See if I can swim faster by chance, or
Yeah, I'll let you make a survival check.
survival's
It's,
advanced.
Advanced.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
have it. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Just the tying the rope. That's the trick.
Oh god,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boys.
we're trying.
And with that,
I see the
Judica,
elevator in the sky.
Judica, maybe you can
Again.
make a survival check. Maybe I'll allow it.
I just keep waking up at this
with
diner.
the same idea,
Yeah.
taking the same route. Okay, I mean, uh, good luck. I'm rolling great tonight, guys.
All right. With
I
that,
got you. I got you. I won't let McCrank die.
with that, with a rope finally there, and since he's unconscious, he's not able to really hold his breath. I'll give you all, including Tony, can make a strength check to see if you can pull him up.
Please, boys.
I got you.
Oh, bless.
0.5
Chance
degrees of
got you.
success. 1.5 degrees of success.
Can't.
Tony's gonna roll
Judica.
Well, I got one arm.
3 out of 4.
Tony's got you.
Tony.
Oh,
God damn, you
Sputtering,
tried.
sputtering and bleeding and dragging along the rock face. You painstakingly drag the unconscious dead weight of McCrank up the length of the rock, and at last, a lot of you are soaked in seawater and sweat before the golden glow of the dice.
Nice. I'll grab McCrank's hand and
Just flop my body on there.
just lift it up to the dice while I touch it as well. Well, I guess I only have one arm. I'll hand it to Cam, and then I'll reach for the dice.
Yeah. So does it look like I currently need to be performing CPR on this dude, or how are we feeling?
He hit his chest pretty severely on the way up, and that sort of spurted a large amount of salt water. He seems to be breathing.
Okay, then I do hold his hand while I roll the die.
All right, and with everyone's hand on the dice, they finally move. The bones roll, and another phrase appears written in gold on the stone before the clamshell.
Luckily, Tony always reads these for us, so I'm super excited for this.
yeah. It's like he's the only one who can see the message or something.
A path that clings to mountainside, where one wrong step leads to a slide.
Hell no. Not again.
Oh,
Watch
no,
your
not the
footing.
mountain.
Hold on tight.
You're getting these way earlier than I am.
He's posting them in Roll20.
That makes sense. Buddy. What? Are you sad?
Or
boy,
face
you
a
died?
fall from dizzying height.
Nice.
Sounds
What?
like we
We
got a
did it,
journey
boys.
ahead.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. We need to figure out what we need to do. At this point, I really want to get him home. It feels like when we sleep in the tree fort, we magically feel a lot better the next day. However,
That is true.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him there today. How's it looking outside? Is it like midday, or what are we thinking?
Outside of the cove, yeah, it was closer to like 3 or 4 p.m.
Okay.
When you slid into the cove.
I think we can maybe get McCrank onto the boat, but we're kind of risking it. There's been a lot of stuff in the water that doesn't seem to like us today. You guys think we set up camp here, or what are you feeling?
How big of a area do we have up here?
It's a little crowded. There's the clamshell takes up most of this space here. There's like just enough space for a lot of you to lay down and maybe enough room for somebody to pace, but not a lot more than that.
All right.
Okay. Well, based on what I saw the mermaids doing under the water, I think it's probably best to either hide up here or get out of here as quick as possible.
Yeah, hard agree. Because whatever's happening is about to happen. So either we stay up here and potentially later try to swim our way out, but give McCrank some time to recover, or we get back onto the boat as quickly as possible and get out of here as quickly as possible.
Whenever there's a decision like this and I don't know how to decide, I always lean on trusty Dante to make that decision for us.
Ah, the Dante 5.
He is the leader of the
I
group. I
Okay.
would like Dante to tell us what to do next.
Also, none of you
So
can hear.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. How are we communicating this? Like, are
Unless
we
you
Wait, no, we were
take
speaking in
the
sign
fucking
language.
wax out of
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
ears.
Military
me
sign
and Can,
language?
me and Can know military signs. We were talking to each other.
Ah, yes.
Look,
Everyone
the way I
looks
see
at
it, we have
me.
two options.
Look at not saying a thing.
We simultaneously turn towards Dante.
I'm gonna give
without saying a
everyone-
word out loud.
I'll give you guys a big smile and thumbs up.
Okay, I wave at Dante, I point at ground, and I say, and I do like a hands on my head sleeping motion, kind of like Steph Curry after he drills a three. And then I say, big, like, or, like my hands are in an OR sign, like I'm a cheerleader. And then I point at the pirate ship, and then I go, just like start banging my fist like we're going fast. We're going fast out of here.
I'll
It's really
point-
hard to do without you seeing me.
point at the ground, and then I'll point at the ship, and I'll look at you and smile and give you a thumbs up. And then maybe I'll rub McCraig's belly and whisper to
I'll
him.
give you like a finger wave and be like, point one, or the candid other point one. Like, pick one.
I'm just gonna
Like, really try to stress that to you.
I'm just gonna turn and so I don't know how we're gonna get McCrank onto the ship is the problem. I'm just gonna start picking up McCrank and see if anyone helps.
Yeah, I do.
If you go to pick him up, I'll help pick him up.
Okay, and is there like I know we've been getting on and off this platform, but is it like we'd have to get in the water to get back on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which is why I tied the one rope to the ship.
Okay, so let's maybe I'm gonna take that rope and tie it around McCrank, or
It's been around McCrank. That's how you hold him.
oh,
up
that's
here.
the same
Wait,
rope we were using.
I think there's two ropes.
There's two ropes. There's one that's anchored to where we're at now, and there's one that's anchored to the boat.
Okay, that's
Could
what
we
I
tie
thought.
those two ropes together and zip line him over?
Would
That's
they
what
be
I
long
was
enough?
thinking. Like we were gonna just tie him up and then pull him up from the ship when we get up there, just like a dangling dead weight.
Just
Like,
leave him dangling behind.
drag him
Keel
across
haul
the
him.
ground, basically. Maybe like try to get him up on board a little bit.
I mean, I would, but you know, gotta do whatever we gotta do to get out of here.
How would you zip line him though? I mean, he's
I
just had, like,
don't know
one
that
of the
we're
ropes
ziplining
tied around
anybody.
his belly.
Well, so we would untie the one around his belly. We would tie the two ropes together.
Okay.
And then we would basically like snap his overalls over the top of it.
That's what I was
Uh-huh.
thinking.
And then we would just push
And
him.
then us four would hang out at the top to make sure there was enough counterweight all the way at the top.
It's attached to the clam pearl. It's perfect.
I think we could
Oh, I
just
see.
tie a loop around the overalls and just get back on the boat and pull him up. Or like just like drag him up along the rocks and pull him up the
Given-
side of the boat.
Given the punishment that McCrank has already faced today, and that you have succeeded in rolling the dice and getting your next clue, I am willing to let his Looney Tunes logic slide
Love it.
as
Nice.
a good cliffhanger for the next episode.
Okay. Give us time to think. Okay,
I
perfect.
mean, I'll run with it. You guys can get back onto the boat
nice.
with this pulley sloop here. As I think we can have you all on the boat with an very injured McCrank and your new clue be where we leave off for tonight.
All right.
Huge.
Oh, we didn't even have to roll. That was nice. I'll point at my head. Good idea, Can.
I understood that completely.
Perfect.
It's just a straight cut edit where you're just there on the boat again.
Dragged my fucking limp body.
I like to imagine
Across the rocks.
your head's just bouncing off the rocks. as we
Yeah.
drag you.
I'm gonna wake up with the worst headache.
You got a lot of cushion.
Meanwhile, I'm just in heaven.
Yeah, the clouds in heaven being beyond the elevator door is pretty nice to get your briefcase.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
It's good. All right.
Can't wait for Drew to recap this one.
Yeah, Drew will have a field day.
Arm, I really do appreciate you doing this. Thanks for
Yeah.
doing it.
Thanks as
always.
always,
Likewise, guys. Sorry I was a little late today.
Oh, you're good.
How dare you? I can't believe you.
How dare you?
No, you guys. This is always fun. It's always good
Arm.
for a laugh.
Before you go,
Yeah.
I just have one more. It's kind of like a meta question.
Sure.
How hydrophobic is Shamir Glacier Plus?
Yes.
I hear
The callback.
roll up so many pictures to remember this. I hear it is incomparably hydrophobic.
Well,
Yes.
if it's incomparably hydrophobic, how do you know how
Shamir
hydrophobic
Glacier
it is?
Plus.
It sets the standard.
Oh, the whole standard. I
The
see.
whole standard. That makes
I
sense.
see.
You heard it here first.
Shamir.
Shamir Glacier Plus.
It makes me think of Michael Jackson. Shut me!
Yeah. Great point. Which one is going to be the thumbnail? That's always going to be the question.
Yeah.
No, Shamir Glacier
It's
Plus.
really hard for me to not just force it to be a really fat McCrank, grotesque fat McCrank.
You're crazy.
My 2 cents. I'm a real big fan of Bubba Gump force feeding a man honey.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Did you get a belly rub in?
Yes.
I tried. I did
I
in
know
the
you
store.
said it.
at
I
one
don't know if
point.
I
Yes,
saw
you
the
did.
picture
You
of
rubbed
it.
my belly and
I sure tried.
finger in my mouth as I was
Oh
literally
yeah,
dying.
that was when the beer was going in the mouth.
Yeah, the beer in the mouth picture above that one is the attempt at the belly rub, but they couldn't do
It
it.
makes sense.
I see.
Grok remembers what's going on too well, so it just starts combining images like
Oh, interesting.
of what you've been saying. So.
Keeps the story together a little
Wait,
bit.
how do you feel about that black and white one? That one kind of makes me happy.
Yeah, it was good.
The
Uh-huh.
more cartoony style one that you did?
Yeah.
It had him actually getting his leg eaten, which was tough
is
to get
true.
to happen.
Dude, it's hard. It's so hard to make
No,
it
it
do
is. Yes.
Not only did it do that, the leg was also
Any sort of
biting back.
combat.
It was growing its own teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, excited to see that. All right, thanks, y'all.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank
Yes,
you all
see ya,
very much.
boys.
That was awesome, as always.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you all have a good week.
You
You
too.
as well.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next week.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, peace, everybody.